Hey, welcome back to Milton Daily Homes. Chuck here. We have a list of 38 properties, and even though I'd much rather be watching Guardians of the Galaxy, I'm going to do this video and we're going to have some fun, and I hope you enjoy it. So we do these episodes Monday to Friday, and the goal really is to just tell you the truth, some of the things you may not realize just from looking at properties. So that's what we're going to do. Let's do this. So there's a statement in this one on Sauvé that troubles me a little bit. $519 is the price. It's a nice sized unit. And here's the thing. Unbelievably low condo fee. The way that condos work is they put out a budget. Sometimes they put it at a certain per square foot fee that helps them sell the units, but it's not sustainable long term. So what you see sometimes in these buildings is after a year or two, if you're going to be there, they start to adjust and say, wait a sec, this isn't enough operating capital. And then they swing the fees up. And remember, the lower they are off the mark, they need to recoup that. So the higher it'll swing back up. So I'm not saying for sure with this building, I haven't reviewed all the financials, but just be really careful in brand new buildings when they're selling on low condo fees that in a couple of years you may get a big surprise. Now here's the thing about 1409 Costigan. So you look at this, you say, oh, that's pretty interesting, looks good. The house looks good. It's basically just one room plus your kitchen. These are usually around 1,800 square feet. Big difference between builder light fixtures and what they've done here. The beds look good. I mean, it's a great job of staging for sure. And here's the thing that, things you may not know from looking at the listing. I just pulled this off of Google Maps. So you've got 3 buildings here. And so this is the home, and you're backing directly onto these buildings here. So for me, that backyard is going to feel very fishbowl-y and not so private, considering you've got potentially, let's say at least 50 to 100 people that can see your backyard. 729 Briar Crescent, 679.9. It's a 4-bedroom. It says it's almost 2,000 square feet. That would make it one of the bigger homes on the street. There's definitely some dated elements here. And, I look at this kitchen, say it's going to need some work. And, having a bathroom with laminate floor, probably not my favorite thing. Although you'd probably detect a leak pretty fast, and you've got a decent-sized pie-shaped backyard. I gotta say, I'm loving this 3D Google Maps that I believe it just came out. It looks fantastic. Anyway, this is Briar, and it's the street that goes around. There's a Max Milk right here, and there's Woodward and Wilson right in the middle of Dorset Park. And I love how many pools you can see in the backyards in Dorset Park. You've got Baldwin Public School right here. You've also got St. Nicolas. You've got Faycourt Park, Melanie Park. So there's really nice stuff around this home. And obviously, if you need to get a bag of milk, it's not far from you. So I like a lot of things about this home. I think it's not too, sometimes when you get too far north into, you get into streets like Willow, and you start hearing the 401, right? Because you've really got the 401, which is just over this industrial stuff here. Man, this map is so cool. I love it. And you can see July 20th, 2017, whenever they put a date like that in, it usually means they've bought a place and they have a very specific date that they would like. I usually like saying mid to late July. I can guide people in that direction, but not sort of give away that particular day. We can always have a conversation later with an agent if they're putting an offer in to tell them exactly what you prefer. So Dalgleish Gardens, $850 new price. We had it for $899, so we're down, and offers anytime on this one here. You've got your defined front entrance, long living dining, hardwood on the entire main level. Kitchen that overlooks somewhat the family room. Here's the thing about being really open concept is sometimes you don't have a place for furniture, for anything like that. So you end up having these spaces that don't really define well. But this one, they've got the wall, but it's still, you can watch TV from the kitchen, you can have a conversation, which I think is the best of both worlds. Granite counters, you've got your backsplash, that's your master ensuite. And then you've got a yard that's been landscaped with a nice deck and some nice plants. And you can park 2 cars in the driveway. And the other thing is it's just down the road from Escarpment View School, but far enough away you don't get into those traffic jam situations. So it's a great distance for kids to walk and go right to school up until grade 8. So this one on Deacon, the problem with a lot of these, the Sundial built these homes, and the problem that I see with a lot of them, first of all, the colors are probably not my favorite in this home, but your kitchens are very, very small. It's like, I know you've got a pantry here, but you can't really expand that kitchen. There's just not space in here to make it look any larger. It's a tough one because it doesn't show extremely well. It's not, this size sometimes gets up into that range. You've got a 124-foot lot, but the deck is so huge you can't even really tell how big it is. So it's longer on the one side than it is on the other. This one has a ton of potential. I think the price to me seems a little bit high, but I can also see that I could come in here and with not a lot of work, make it look really nice and have it be $1 million house. I like how they did the front shot here, how you can see the double car garage. It is an offset garage, so with the sidewalk here, as you're probably going to notice, you can only fit really 1 car in the driveway and 2 in the garage. And they quoted this home as 2723 square feet, but if you look at the floor plan, this is a wood lily corner, and it says 2661 square feet. Okay, so OTA means open to air, and so I don't know where 2723 square feet came from, although it says there's a partly finished area, so there might be a small area when you get to the bottom of the stairs that's finished. I'm not really sure. It sides onto Savaline, which is a bit of a busier street, but this kind of stone and stucco works very, very well. I think it has a nice impression. You've got almost like a castle turret, and one of these just sold for 1.2, which I was really surprised at. Because that was really, really, really strong money for 2,600 square feet and change, not 27. Now, the thing about only listing on the Ortis system is that you get way less exposure because Ortis, or the Oakville Milton Real Estate Board, has its own MLS. You find that a lot of the local agents and the Oakville agents tend to list on the system. It's also affiliated with Burlington, Cambridge, Guelph. We can pull off information for any of those areas. And so if the agent comes from those areas, oftentimes we see that they just list on the system. I don't know how many members are here. I'm part of this board. I don't know the membership, though. Let's call it 5,000 to 10,000 realtors. You have almost 50,000 in Toronto, which is where we do most of our work. If a listing is only put on one system, especially if it's only put on Ortis, then you're going to find the exposure definitely goes down. So it's on Dixon, right beside the woodlot. I like this location a lot. You don't have any neighbors on the one side, and it looks like there's a laminate floor on the main level. It'd probably better to have hardwood, but I can't really tell for sure. They've spent a lot of money in this kitchen. This is not an original kitchen. It may be original tiles, though, so I think the tiles aren't playing at the same level as the rest of the kitchen. And carpet on the stairs. You've got some higher rooms, which is nice. It's not so just boxy and, normal ceilings. They've staged some of it, but some of it's not. The carpet on the stairs is something that if your kitchen's going to play at this level and your stairs are here, I think for most people they have to kind of decide, where's my balance point? Because there's no point having a really good something and having a not so good something else. The backyard definitely is a strong 10 out of 10 though. That's a fantastic view. And overall, I think this one gets good marks for $9.90. There's a lot of value here for what you're getting. So let me just check on this one here. Let me see when they're doing offers. And I don't see any notes in here about offer dates. So it's not looking too bad. I mean, this is a 2,700 square foot home on a big lot with pretty much a lot of privacy in the yard. For that kind of money, that's good to me. So that's the episode. I've been playing around with this 3D map. So control and a mouse click will give you. Isn't that amazing? Anyway, I just had so much fun. I had to show you where our team is located. And so this is Bronte Meadows right here. This is the new hospital expansion. And so where we are is in the Green Life Business Center just over here on Bronte. So you can see the solar panels. We'd love to see you sometime, so feel free to drop by. And that's the episode for today. So I hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you back here on Monday with more Milton Daily Homes.